nose, the Fxtec Pro1 works just as your normal touchscreen phone would, with a 5.99-inch Full HD curved AMOLED panel that gives for bright coloured and vivid details, with a 1080 by 2160 pixel resolution. The 18:9 aspect ratio is about standard, but the curved edges and minimal bezels make for fantastic media playback, particularly when coupled with dual speakers for stereo sound. When closed, the device is certainly bigger than your standard smartphone though, with dimensions of 154 by 73.6 times 13.98mm, but it's still fit for one-handed use. Open the device up and you're greeted with productivity at its absolute finest. The Fxtec Pro has a clean QWERTY keyboard with 5 staggered rows in a full 64-key backlit sliding layout under this angled screen. The surface of each key is slightly convex for an optimal typing experience whilst on the go. It really feels great on the fingertips, and the keyboard has a responsive tactile feel for greater comfort and precision. For optimal productivity, you can even set up to 36 customizable shortcuts on each of the keys. So, for example, a long press on the W can take you to WhatsApp, whilst the F key will take you to Facebook. Alongside this, certain apps will let you use PC shortcuts, such as Control and C or V within Google Docs, whilst arrow keys can also be used to scroll, along with a swipe on the touchscreen. Multitasking is a similarly fantastic experience, as a split screen allows 2 apps to be displayed on screen at once. Since there's no virtual keyboard, no screen real estate is taken up, and so you can make full use of both apps at once. The screen is tilted to 155 degrees on the slider for ideal document viewing and media playback. As well as providing good viewing angles, the Fxtec slider is a truly robust and solid mechanism, which prevents the screen from wobbling whilst closed. Indeed, a method called powder metallurgy is used to manufacture the slider's metallic parts, making the mechanism more durable and capable of surviving drops. The company actually tested the sliding mechanism more than 100,000 times, so it shouldn't, in theory, wear down after repeated use. As well as being incredibly productive, the Fxtec Pro1 has a decent camera setup, with a dual-lens rear shooter that consists of a 12-megapixel Sony IMX363 sensor with an f1.8 aperture and a 5-megapixel depth sensor with an f.2 aperture. The device has a physical shutter button on the side for use with the camera, which I found very handy, whilst images themselves are very impressive. Photos are crisp, small details are kept, and colour reproduction is true to life. 4K video capture is also supported at up to 30 frames per second, whilst 4K playback is enabled at 60 frames per second. If selfies are more your thing, then the Fxtec Pro1 has an 8-megapixel front camera, with an f2.0 aperture for some decent selfies. The Snapdragon 835 processor with a Drano 540 GPU and 60GB of RAM is ideal for these productivity requirements, multitasking and switching apps quickly and efficiently. This is certainly what we use the device for, and we experience no issues with lag or stuttering. Indeed, the Fxtec Pro1 runs Android 9 by default, with a promise of an update to Android 10, although no time estimation has yet been stated. You can, however, load other operating systems, such as Sailfish, as the bootloader comes unlocked as standard, but we only use this with Android's ecosystem. The UI is only slightly modified, coming with customizations such as calendar apps and landscape-optimized email. Moving on, the Fxtec Pro1 has a 3200 mAh battery, which gives for 480 hours of standby time and 10 hours of talk time, meaning you should make it through a whole day without needing a charge. When you do, Qualcomm's Quick Charge 3 is supported, enabling a 50% charge in approximately 36 minutes. Indeed, the Fxtec Pro1 accepts a USB Type-C cable, through which you can also output HDMI video with ease. USB on the go is also enabled, meaning that the device can read data from a USB without the need for a PC, so productivity really is at the heart. As well as having 128GB of internal storage, the Fxtec Pro1 supports a microSD card up to 2TB. This SD slot is, however, shared with a second nano SIM slot, so whether you want a second SIM or that extra storage is up to you. As expected, the device also supports Bluetooth 5, Wi-Fi 5, NFC and all of the global LTE bands that you'll realistically need. But, as you might anticipate with a sliding device, there is no resistance to water or dust. The Fxtec Pro is available from Clove Technology for £650 including VAT, so make sure you head to our website to check that one out. Now make sure you subscribe to our channel for all of the latest news and reviews, and I'll catch you again soon.